You can come to sit, again, 2 pillows, a blanket, a towel, or a strap. And come to sit on a pillow. 1 or 2 pillows, whatever is the most comfortable for you. Sit tall, bring your palms down on your knees, and just close your eyes for a moment. And start to breathe. Feel your chest rise and fall, and just start to tune inward. Take a moment to just be still. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you can open your eyes. Again, welcome everyone. So excited to be able to share a little time with you all tonight. There's so much online of, really vigorous cardio-based, strength training-based workouts, which are great, and I understand we feel, oh, we have an hour to work out, so we might as well make it really aggressive and make it count and burn off all the calories of the Chardonnay that I hear some people have been drinking. But you also need to wind down. You also need to have the yin and the yang and do a little self-care, which I know is a very popular term these days. But it really can just mean being still. It doesn't necessarily mean going for a run or using a face mask or anything like that. It could just be being still with yourself for an hour. So I'm really grateful that you all took that time for yourself. I went about a month ago, before this whole thing really picked up, to see Oprah with my mother. We're big Oprah fans. And I am on her text subscription list, so Oprah sends me texts every day. And today I thought was specifically relevant to our session. And she said, we're in a moment where we need to be lifted and comforted. And I really loved that. That resonated with me, and that is a big part of restorative yoga, of yoga in general. Being really aware of the energy that you're putting out there to yourself, to your family, to your friends. It's a really important time to try to feel lifted and comfort yourself and the people around us. And so we're going to try to kind of weave that theme in today with our practice. Okay, great. So take the pillow aside. We will be using them later. And just reach your arms up over your head. And then palms face down as you just press down. And if you haven't taken me before, you know I love deep breaths with loud sighs. So just inhale and exhale. I hope you're somewhere where you feel like you can just totally breathe, sigh, be weird. Maybe if in a class you're not comfortable enough to do it, this is your time. One more time, all the way up. And all the way down. Good. Twisting to your side, look over your shoulder, opposite hand to opposite knee. And if you want a bit of an extra shoulder stretch, you can take that hand behind you and thread it behind your back. Look over your shoulder, really feel the chest muscles open up. You're also pushing with your hand on that knee, and that's where you're getting the push for the twist. And come on back to center, switch sides. Go over the shoulder. If you took the half bind, you want to do so again. You never have to take any variations I give you, but you always want to keep it even on one side if you take it on the other. And just come back to that breath. This is a slower paced class. And come all the way back to center. Reach your arms up over your head. Thread your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. Now, if this is about as far as you can get, the backs of your hands to each other, that's where you want to stay and really squeeze the arms. If you can come into the full eagle arms and get a grip, great, go ahead. We're starting with our right arm underneath our left, 3 sets. Inhale, lift up, open the chest, elbows up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold forward. One more time. Inhale, open up. And exhale, fold forward. Release your hands, walk your fingertips all the way out in front of you. Let your head drop. Maybe you come to your forearms. If it's more comfortable, stay on your fingertips. Go ahead and just let your chin drop, the head drop, the shoulders drop. And start to walk your hands all the way back. Bring your left arm underneath your right. Coming back to those eagle arms again, palms touching or just the backs of your hands. Lift your elbows up. And then hunch forward like someone was pulling your belly button back as you hunch the fingertips down. Inhale, open everything up. Exhale, everything falls down. And again, inhale up. And exhale everything down. Release your hands, come onto hands and knees. Use your blanket or pillow or underneath your knees if you know you have sensitive knees. Flip your pinkies and fingertips around so that they face your knees. Now, if that's just a joke and it's not happening, I get it. Bring your fingertips just a little bit out to the side. That's fine as well. A few cat-cows here with a wrist stretch. So inhale to look up, and we're just going to hold it here. Usually I'd sync this to breath, but again, this is just a slow, easy class. And chin to chest. Push, 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 push away. Someone's pulling your belly button up to the ceiling. And one more time with the wrist stretch, coming into cow pose. I have no idea why this is called cow pose. But cat pose, I get, kind of looks like an angry cat on Halloween. That's my best description for it. I happen to like it. And come back to a neutral spine. Palms can come back to normal. Give them a little shake and come to stand up on your knees. Again, use padding under your knees if you feel any sensitivity. I just want to kind of clear out a little bit of that old negative energy that builds up around us throughout our day. So lift the arms up and fold back like you're just clearing everything away. You're coming a bit to a child's pose. Inhale, open everything up. Reversing the damage of looking down at our computers and phones all day. And again, open up, open your heart, open your lungs. And fold down. And last time, open all the way up. And all the way forward. We'll come and stay in this child's pose here. Your fingers are behind you, arms are behind you, and just let your shoulders drop. The wider your knees are in a child's pose, the easier it is to sit your hips to your heels. So if you know you have very tight hips, your knees are about mat's width distance apart. If not, you can adjust that accordingly. And you want to feel like you're pressing the skin on your forehead down towards your nose. It's not up towards your scalp. It's much more of a nice relaxing feeling to kind of soften the eyes by pushing that skin down. Take a deep breath in through your nose here, out through your mouth. I know. Come all the way back up to all fours. And take your time, take breaks when you need it. Just come back whenever you want to catch up with me. Bring your right foot in front of you. This is a nice place for blocks if you happen to have them. If not, I do tented fingertips like there's baseballs in my palm. So you'll bend the right knee, look in front of you, open the chest a bit, and then straighten the leg a bit as you walk your fingertips back, flex the toes up, get all into the hamstring. And again, bend the knee, get into the hips, open the chest, look in front of you, and then walk on back. Last time, bend the knee, sink into your hips, and walk all the way back. This time we'll keep that right leg straight. Left fingertips will stay down on the mat. Open up your right arm. So you're in a bit of a twist here. If it's okay on your neck, you're gonna look up past your fingertips to the ceiling and make sure your right toes are flexed all the way up to the ceiling. So you're gonna feel the difference between relaxing your right foot and really engaging it. If this is too much, just add a little bend in your right knee. Adjust for you. And good, lower that hand back down. Re-bend the right knee. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee up, and just little steps, making your way to the front of the mat. Once you're there, separate your feet about mat's width distance apart. Big bend in your knees, hips width distance apart, not mat's width distance apart. That's a very big difference. Grab opposite elbows here, and you'll see it's a really big bend in the knees. My weight's totally out of my heels, much heavier in my toes. And it's nice sometimes to just sway a little side to side, shake the head up, yes and no. Just let all of the stress that sits on your shoulders and your back all day, just let it fall off. Every exhale, imagine it literally rolls off your shoulders, leaves you, gets out of the room. You don't have to take any of that with you after your practice. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Pull the arms back as far over your head as you can. Keep your chin to your chest. This is slower than you want. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Very last thing to come up is your head. Bring your palms to your heart. A little moving meditation that I just love to do. Walk to the front of the mat if you're not all the way there. Closing your eyes, keeping them closed here is the challenge. It's uncomfortable. Bring yourself into the present moment. Notice, how do your feet feel on the mat? Just what's the texture? Are all four corners of your feet pressing in evenly? With your eyes closed, slowly walk back to the back of your mat. Trust yourself. Wonder why maybe you don't like this. Why is this so uncomfortable? Can you deal with the unknown? Can you deal with feeling like you're going backwards instead of forwards? We practice that on our mats. Once you're at the back, you can pause. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Sigh out all the stress. Open up your eyes. Reach your arms up over your head. Palms to your heart, big bend. And slowly walk your hands back to a downward facing dog. Just for a moment. Bend one knee at a time. Slowly walking in place. Turn the head to the right. Turn the head to the left. Maybe the hips can go side to side as well, the shoulders. Make this your own. There are no rules in my class. I just want you to feel good. And lower down, hands and knees. Come and bring your left foot in front. Coming back onto those tented fingertips or using your blocks. If you are lucky enough to have thought to buy some at the beginning of all this. Bend your front knee, look in front of you. And straighten the left leg, walk your hands back, flex the left toes up to the ceiling. Re-bend your front knee, look in front of you. And straighten, walk back and flex. And one more time. Bend your knee. And straighten, walk back. We'll keep the left leg straight here. If you need to, you can grab onto your ankle and move it a little bit forward. These sticky mats don't help us when we're trying to kind of slip a little bit. Right hand stays down. The left arm opens up. This big, beautiful twist. Keep flexing the left toes to the ceiling and hold. Good. Really reach. You should feel like that top arm is getting tired. Every muscle is engaged. If we're going to be doing something, we might as well give it all that we have and get the most benefit out of it since we're here. Take one more breath. And come back. Bring the hands back. Re-bend your left knee. Tuck your right toes and lift the right knee off of the mat. Little steps to the front of the mat. Again, interlace your fingers behind your back, chin to chest, slowly, all the way up. Try to imagine one vertebrae stacking on top of the other. And reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers and bring them behind your head like this. And just lean back like you're getting a suntan. Open your heart and your chest. Notice how quickly you want to take a deep breath and you just lean back a little bit instead of hunching forward. Giving your body a chance to do the opposite of our habits. And we're going to slowly start to fold forward. My hands will stay behind my head. Elbows start to hug my ears. Pulling, as if I were pulling my head away from my neck. That's kind of the feeling I want you to have. All the way down. And drop your hands down to the mat. Little steps back to a downward facing dog. And gently come down, hands and knees. Bring your right foot now to the outside of your right hand. Okay? Scoot the left knee back a little bit. Keep your left hand down. Take your right hand and open up the right thigh, rolling on the outer edge of your right foot, and look over your right shoulder. And come back to center. Let that right foot now be flat and grounded. Bend your left knee, heel towards your butt, and lower it back down. Two more like that. Bend your knee. Make sure you're not on your kneecap. As you can see, I'm a little bit off of my knee. And this time, bend and hold. If you can, you'll reach around with your right hand to grab your foot. If that's not happening, take your towel, your strap, loop it around, and just hold. If you want to get a little bit of a shoulder stretch, you can also open that right shoulder, make it into a twist. And really imagine your breath goes right to the area that you feel the stretch. So we're going to be here for a little while. I know. You're very excited. This is a tough one. So you really want to use your focus to soften the muscle where you're really feeling that pull. It really does increase blood flow to the area that you focus on. So you can get deeper into a stretch. You can isolate certain muscles better when you connect your mind, your body, and your breath. Take one more deep breath in and out. Gently you'll release your left leg. Bring your hands back onto the mat. Take your time. Come on back to hands and knees. Back to a downward dog just to move out the legs a little bit. Feels good to flush out the hips after a nice deep hip stretch. And gently lower back down, hands and knees. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Scoot the right knee back a little bit as far as you can because you don't want to be on the kneecap. You open up the left knee, left hand pushes away the left leg, and look over your left shoulder. I hope you can all see the ocean behind me. It's very, very pretty, obviously. It's definitely helped me with my meditation over the last, I don't even know how long I've been here now, 5 weeks, I think. And slowly bring your hands back down to the inside of your left foot. 3 sets. Bend the right knee. Slowly lower the foot back down. Bend the knee. Lower down. Bend the knee. Hold it here. Right hand stays down. You're grabbing that strap, that towel, or your foot, gently pulling towards you, opening the chest and the shoulders, and just holding the stretch here. Again, bring your focus to the part of your body that you feel the stretch in now. So I don't demo everything. I really like to use verbal cues a lot, so don't feel like you have to constantly be checking the monitor. Try to tune out of that and just listen to the words and tune into your body. Notice in this stretch, are you clenching your teeth? Is your tongue pressing against the top of your mouth? Is the space between your eyebrows tensed up? That's ways we hold on to tension and stress. And I promise you it's what you do off the mat as well, at work or whatever. I used to use the analogy of it's what you do on the subway, but not anymore. You can release that stretch. Come back onto hands and knees. And back again, downward facing dog. Gently lower down the knees to the mat, child's pose. For this child's pose, try to bring your palms behind your head, and you're walking your elbows far forward. And so once you're there, really try to let the body sink in, feeling space being made underneath your armpits, the shoulders open up. The more you can control your breath, the more you can let the body just release any gripping, the deeper in the stretch you will become. Take 2 more deep breaths in here. Out your mouth. And again, inhale. Let it go. Release that child's pose. Come back onto all fours. And bring your right foot back in front of you. One more time, the same sequence we started with, 3 sets. Bend your front knee, look in front. Straighten to fold back and flex your right toes to the ceiling. And just notice here, second round, is this a little bit easier? It should feel a little more fluid in your body. I love to just notice really subtle things in my practice. And that's how you make an hour of yoga, an hour of meditation. It's a moving meditation. All that means is that you're focused. You're not in the past or the present. You're on really simple things that you're doing right now. Keep the right leg straight. Flex the right toes. Left fingertips down, right arm opens up. You're in that nice big twist. You want to get a little extra IT band love here. Feel your pinky toes start to externally rotate towards the mat. And you'll feel that in a different spot in your right leg. But if that's not good for you, keep it the way it is. Really pay attention. It won't be the same every day. And good. Rebend that right knee. Lower the hands down. Tuck your left toes. Straighten the left leg. And step, little baby steps to the front of your mat. Inhale to press into your shins. Flatten your back. Exhale, drop. Inhale, press to lengthen. Exhale to drop. Inhale, press to lengthen. Exhale, drop. Little bunny steps. Back. Downward dog. Nice big bend in your downward dogs here. And lower down, hands and knees. Left foot comes in front. Coming again onto tented fingertips, 3 sets. Bend the left knee, look in front. Straighten the left leg, flex your toes. Bend, sink forward, really open the shoulders when you're here. And fold back. One more time. Bend and open the chest, stretch the front of your throat. And walk your hands back. Keep the left leg straight this time. Left toes are flexed towards the ceiling. Right hand stays down. Left arm opens up. And you're in that nice, beautiful twist. Great. If you did so on the other side, let your left leg externally rotate so the pinky toe is close to the mat. And you'll feel a bit more of your T-band on this leg as well. Are you reaching for the ceiling? Is your arm a noodle? No. Be present. Really work. Good. And take one more deep breath in. And out. Bring both hands down. Rebend your left knee. Tuck your right toes. Straighten the right leg. From little hops or steps and lift to the front of the mat. Fold over your legs. Reach behind you so that your palms come to your calves and pull in as if you were trying to pull your head to your knees. Let your head drop, the shoulders drop. The only thing working here a little is your arms because they're pulling you close to your legs. Other than that, your upper body is just a noodle. Taking a deep breath in, you can flutter your lips. Woo. And release your hands. Little steps back to a downward facing dog. Come forward to a plank. Gently lower the knees and lower all the way down to your belly. So you can bring your forearms out in front of you a bit like a Sphinx Pose to start this nice hip stretch. You'll take your right leg out to the side, called a half frog stretch. So you're really getting into that whole inner thigh and the right hip. If this is okay for you, you'll let your forehead rest on the back of your hands. And make sure you feel a lot of your weight in the right side. Don't just go all the way on the left. And play around with where your right knee is. Where do you feel it more? What's the best stretch for you? It could be a little lower. It could be a little higher. Once you're in that spot, just hold it and breathe. Slowly start to come back up onto your forearms above that one. And send that right leg back all the way. Let's get a little bit into the shoulders now. So extend your right arm out to the side like a half T. Make sure your wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're going to come on to your right shoulder. Now maybe this is as far as you go. You want to go a little deeper, you can bend the left knee and place the foot down onto the ground. You want to go further here, The left arm can come behind your back in a half bind. I'm going to keep my left hand in front of me. That's just what feels good for me today. And hold. Comes back again to letting go. Can you use your mental concentration to actually feel that right shoulder giving in? Use your breath like a comb, going from the top of your head to your toes. Where are you resisting? Learn about your habits, learn about your body when you practice. We hold so much of our tension and stress in our muscles and our joints, and it builds and it builds and it builds like glue. And so when we make this space in yoga, it's not just the physical body that's getting that release and that purification. It's also your mental, your spirit, emotional health as well. Come all the way back onto your forearms. And we'll do the other side for a half frog. So your left knee this time comes out to the side. Once you feel like that left knee is in a good spot for you, come down to rest your forehead on the backs of your palms. Make sure again you're shifting some weight into the left side of your body. And just be still. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Every inhale, I want you to take every drop of air in that you possibly can fit in your lungs. Every exhale goes. Imagining the exhales take the stress, breathes it out, goes out your door, really picture it, leaves the room. You feel lighter after every exhale. No need to let things stick. Practice letting things just pass through you. And they don't have so much power over you. Even simple things like an uncomfortable stretch can be a great way to practice letting things go in general. And you'll slowly make your way back onto your belly and send that left leg behind you. Let's get into the left shoulder. Straighten the left arm. Make sure your wrist is in line with your shoulder. Right hand can be in front of you like a little kickstand, and you're rolling onto your left side. You can bend your right knee and place the foot behind you. You can stay really much on your belly here if this is just too intense, so play around with it. Maybe you go way farther than I'm doing. If you want to take that half bind, again, the right arm reaches behind your back. Purposely doing a lot of hips and shoulders today because that is where most of us do hold on to stress and aches and pains. Just be still. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just being here. Take 2 more of those nice full breaths. Every drop of air in, every drop of air out. And slowly make your way back onto your belly. And take your time. These are deep stretches. So, I feel it too, and I practice every day. So if this is a lot for you, join the club. Come down, bring your hands out to the side, kind of like scarecrow arms a bit. Your elbows are right underneath your wrists. And I like to, again, stay on those tented fingertips. And just a little bit of a flow here. So you press up, inhale, and fold back down. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Come on to a Sphinx Pose. Elbows right underneath your shoulders, palms are flat. Feel like you're kind of energetically pulling your shoulders back as your heart goes forward. And then scoot your hips back just an inch. And you should really feel like you're getting into your low back here. I love this. Transitioning into what my teacher calls TV watching pose, which is kind of what it sounds like. And just chill here. Every time I practice yoga, I think, why don't I practice yoga all the time? Even though I do. Nobody ever says, I wish I didn't go to yoga. I don't think so. And slowly come back onto your forearms.
Gillian?
Make your way back.
Okay.
Yep.
The picture came up, but now it's back. Sorry.
I'm back? Okay, good. Come on back, child's pose. Put your hips to your heels. And come back on to all fours. So we're going to come into a pigeon pose here. If you have a pigeon pose in your practice, I'll set us up through that a little bit. The other way would be taking it on your back in a figure 4 stretch. So I'll guide us through both. If you want to try a pretty restorative pigeon, you'll take your pillows, blankets, whatever you happen to be able to grab. Your right foot comes on top and lower that right knee in front of the pillows. Scoot your left leg back, adjust accordingly. Look over your left shoulder, make sure your toes are in line with your hips. Open up the chest. Start to flow a little bit down. And open up. And flow down. Open up. And fold all the way down this time, letting your forehead rest on the back of your palms. Now, hold this stretch here. If this is working for you and you like it, great. If this is not happening, you'll come into a pigeon pose on your back. So lay down, bring your right ankle over your left knee. You either stay here or reach around, grab your left thigh and gently pull towards you. Make sure your weight stays a bit in that left hip. You don't want to be one side or the other. Try to feel really equal here. Feel your shoulders sink down away from your ears. Stay in pigeon if you're there. If you're with me, hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll. Come all the way up to sit. And we'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. So if you are in your pigeon, you can take the pillows aside. Move yourself back. Walk out to the legs. Shake the head, yes and no. And good, lower back down, hands and knees. Coming back onto your belly. Come onto your forearms in a Sphinx pose again. Thread your left arm underneath your right. Bend your right knee, kind of like that half frog that we were just practicing. And then open up the right shoulder. Oh, I have a window here, so I can't show you totally, but this is it. And just sink into it. Slowly make your way back onto your belly, back into a Sphinx pose for the other side. You'll thread your right arm under your left, bend the left knee in that half frog, lower down the right shoulder, and open it up. Oh, one of my all-time favorite stretches for your back, for your shoulders. And just hold here and breathe through it. Take 3 more nice full deep breaths here. And then slowly make your way back on up. Come on back to hands and knees. Take your time. Catch up when you are ready. Let's come into our second side, and then we'll be down on the mat for a little meditation, Shavasana. Everyone's favorite part about yoga. Bring your left foot in front if you're coming in to that pigeon pose. Do a few flows here, a few shoulder openings. And if you're not doing this, you're taking the variation I just showed you on your back with the left ankle over your right knee. And come all the way down, forehead to the back of your hands. Remember, trying to feel like you're pushing the skin on your forehead down towards your nose. And slowly make your way back up. Make your way back into a downward dog. Props to the side for now. And come into a child's pose of your choosing. So we did 3 different kinds. We did one where your palms are behind you, arms behind you. You can also bring your palms behind your head and walk your elbows forward. And of course, there's the classic arms in front of you. And slowly come all the way up. And you'll come to sit. You'll be sitting on a pillow. You'll want your towel as well. And your other pillow is going to be right underneath your knees. So sit up nice and tall. Grab the towel or strap and place it around your feet. Now, so this is a lot more for your low back than your hamstrings, and that's why we're supporting underneath your legs here. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just gently pull as if you were folding over your legs. Forehead is going to rest on your knees. Feel like you're pulling your low back, trying to lengthen your spine. And just fold. Now, if you notice here, you don't like these forward folds. You're thinking in your head, when is she going to say that we can move on to the next pose? In yoga, they think forward folds are meant to help you look forward. And back bends are meant to help you deal with your past. So if one or the other is a little more challenging for you, maybe there's a reason for that. Take one more nice deep breath here, one more little pull. And release to come all the way up. Great. So remove your pillows aside for a moment, and I'm going to set us up for Shavasana for a nice guided meditation. So take one pillow underneath each leg. and guide all the way back. So if you had a blanket or anything like that, go for it. Set yourself up. And you're going to give yourself a hug here. So let's start with the right arm over the left. And feel like you're trying to pull your shoulder blades apart. Just wiggle it. And then just kind of sink and hold it here. Just really find the quiet, the stillness. Just listening to your breath, tuning anything else out. Just noticing how nice it feels to simply give yourself a hug, remembering that we need to feel lifted, we need to feel comforted, and we can just turn to ourselves to do that. We don't need to look outside for any of that. Switch the crossing, bring the other arm on top, and give yourself a little hug here and just sink into it. Closing your eyes. And you'll lay your palms down by your side, palms facing up. Make sure that your toes are flailed open, legs are relaxed. We'll guide us through a very simple body scan meditation, one of my favorites, especially during this time. So imagine a warm, healing light. And this can be an energy, it can be God, it can be the universe, anything that helps you really visualize it and feel it. Imagine that light goes to your right foot, softens every toe, your heel, the arch of your foot, your ankle. Notice your right foot now feels heavier than your left, more relaxed, more soft. And let that light slowly go over towards your left foot, down each toe, one at a time. All the way to your left heel, your left ankle, cleansing any old negative energy, any aches and pains physically or emotionally. Feel that warm healing light go all the way up to your right knee, hovering there. Let the light slowly go towards your left knee, softening every little part. Feel the light slowly go up your left thigh to your left hip, over to your right hip. And you'll notice that your lower body is heavier now than your upper body. It's more relaxed, more at ease, more present. Let the light slowly go to your low back, soaking up all the aches, the pains, the fatigue. Let the light go to your belly, and slowly up to your heart. And let's leave it there in your chest, circling your heart, protecting your heart. Let it fill in any cracks, any brokenness, any stress, any pain. Let it take all of that away. What is one thing you would like to let go of that no longer serves any purpose whatsoever in your life? And you imagine that this light has the power to take that thought away, feeling away, that memory away. Let the light slowly leave your chest, going to the back of your neck, around to your cheeks, your teeth, your jaw, slowly up to your eyes, softening them, relaxing them, up to your forehead, your temples, the space between your eyebrows softens, and let the light go all the way to the top of your head, softening your scalp, easing your worries, easing your mind, easing the non-stop chatter that goes on all day, every day for all of us. Let the light take all of that away. Let the lights go back down your neck, back to your heart. And imagine that you are putting that light out there for other people. It leaves your heart. There's enough for you. There's enough for everyone in your home or your building, everyone on your block. Imagine this light filling every space, every square inch around you, uplifting and comforting our neighbors, our friends, our family, feeling connected, because we are. And to close our Shavasana meditation, simply take a moment to feel gratitude that you are healthy enough today to practice yoga for an hour, that you're able to do it, you have the time, you're safe. That is not a given. It is not something we should ever go a day without noticing and expressing gratitude for. You can reach your arms up over your head. Grab your left wrist and just gently lengthen, pulling, feeling the left side. Make some space. Grab the right wrist, gently pull to the side. Slowly make your way onto your right side, like you're gonna take a little nap. And keeping your eyes closed, keeping this heaviness in your body. Make your way up to sit, any way that's comfortable for you. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. For a few rounds of breath here on my count, try to just follow along. Let's start with just an inhale and an exhale. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath all the way in and everything out. Onto a comfortable breath. Feel your own breath on your palms, on your hands. Feel your inner core, that part of you that cannot be affected by anything outside. Bringing your palms to your heart, keeping that gratitude with you for the rest of your evening. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Gillian. You can find me on Instagram, Gillian Yoga NYC, Gillian with a G. If you have any questions, you want to see my schedule, I'd love to hear what you think, what you'd love to see more of. Just connect with all my students. So thank you all again. Take care of yourselves, uplift yourselves, comfort yourself and those around you. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you.